Sandals, truly a sight for sore eyes. I'm truly honored to be your MC for the 7th annual CWI WIPA's Players Awards ceremony, sponsored by Sandals. And it is with great pleasure we are here tonight with you, once again at the Sandals Grand Antigua. Tonight, CWI and WIPA are celebrating cricketers' performances on both the international scene and throughout the region from April 2018 through to March 2019. We do hope that you enjoy yourselves. His Excellency Sir Rodney Williams, Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda, the Honorable Melford Nicholas, Minister of Information, Broadcasting, Telecommunications and Information Technology, the Honorable Darrell Matthew, Minister of Sports, Culture, National Festivals and the Arts, His Excellency Dr. K.J. Srinivasa, High Commissioner of India, Deputy Commissioner of Police of Antigua, Everton Jeffers, Sir Andy Roberts, KCN, Sir Richie Richardson, KCN, Sir Kirtley Ambrose, KCN. Distinguished guests, members of the Indian cricket team led by their captain Virat Kohli, members of the West Indies women and men's team and the West Indies A team, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers online around the world, our host for the evening, President of Cricket West Indies, Mr. Ricky Skerritt, and President and CEO of the West Indies Players Association, Mr. Wavell Hines, would like to extend a warm welcome. We in the West Indies can boast of having a team with representatives from across a wide region. These men and women come from different backgrounds and cultures, united under the maroon. This evening, we are all here to honor these men and women who give their all every time they step onto the field of play. To begin proceedings this evening, please welcome to the stage for the first time in his capacity as President of Cricket West Indies, Mr. Ricky Skerritt.
Your Excellency, Governor General, Honorable Ministers of Government, High Commissioner, awardees, honored guests. It is my pleasant duty this evening to say welcome on behalf of Cricket West Indies, including our entire board of directors and management, several of whom are here with us tonight. It is an honor for me to be here among so many world-class current and past cricketers. I take this opportunity to say a special thank you to the Indian team for attending this event tonight, and to congratulate Captain Kohli and his team on their impressive victories in the T20 and ODI series. Allow me also to congratulate Coach Shastri on his recent contract renewal as head coach. I also take this opportunity to big up our own Chris Gale, who is not here with us this evening, for his recent career record achievement in ODI cricket. It has been a pleasure for Cricket West Indies to host the Indian squads first in Fort Lauderdale, where we had record fan turnouts, to host them again in Guyana, and then in Trinidad and Tobago. And from what we have seen so far, we can expect an exciting and competitive upcoming test series. In that regard, I must also congratulate the local man, Rakeem Cornwall, on gaining his first selection at this level. I wish Mr. Cornwall much success if given the nod into the first 11, and I wish both teams good skills and good luck starting this Thursday right here in Antigua. To the current West Indies squad, I want to remind you that I am first and foremost a fan of West Indies cricket, and I'm not a selector. All of you, therefore, have my personal support at all times, no matter who you are playing against or which of you makes it into the final 11. It is the stated mission of Vice President Shallow and myself to work hard on behalf of all stakeholders to generate adequate resources and to create an environment that will be more conducive for achieving excellence. I'm confident that with God's help, with good decision-making, with relevance and persistence, and with goodwill from our stakeholders, we will soon all be performing at our best on a more consistent basis. In closing, I thank President Hines and WIPA for their continued partnership in tonight's event. And I commend all of the awardees for the hard work that would have brought them such deserved recognition tonight. Success comes from a mixture of various inputs and support systems. But in the final analysis, outstanding individual achievement is usually the result of individual hard work. I trust that hard work will become the mantra of all West Indian players and West Indies administrators going forward. Thank you, and please enjoy the evening.
Thank you, President Skerritt. With 5 centuries and 14 half-centuries in both Test matches and ODIs over his international career, our next speaker is deserving of the accolades afforded to him. He lay aside his trusty willow for some time now, and he now sits as a president and CEO. Please welcome to the stage the president and CEO of the West Indies Players Association, Mr. Wavell Hines.
His Excellency, Governor General, members of government, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the West Indies Cricket Board, President, Mr. Ricky Skerritt, Vice President, Mr. Shallow, Vice President Nixon McLean and other members of the West Indies Players Association Executive, staff of the West Indies Cricket Board, Sir Andy Roberts, Sir Curtly Ambrose, Sir Richard Richardson, manager, captain, and members of the West Indies team, and coach, management, captain of the India team, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's our distinguished pleasure to once again host this award ceremony. We at the West Indies Players Association believe that it is important that we recognize and celebrate our players, our members, and of course, recognize the work that they have done in the last 12 months. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Ricky Skerritt and Mr. Shallow, Vice President Shallow, on their new positions and their new mantra on cricket, and I can guarantee you that the support from the West Indies Players Association will continue as it was before. I want to also take this opportunity to congratulate Captain Virat Kohli and his team on doing very well in the white ball tournament so far, and will assure you that it won't be as easy with the red ball. I want to take this opportunity to also say well done to Coach Reefer and his new promotion as head coach, and I want to assure him as well that you have our full support, and I know it's a very tough job, and you have been having some good challenges, but I know that they are good for your growth and development, and that you'll use it as it is a stepping stone to good progress. To Captain Jason Holder, I want to say, as we are in Antigua, and as had happened almost 6 months ago, maybe a little less, that you use the inspiration, the courage, the confidence that was shown by a young Antiguan who, during a test match, heard the news that no one wanted to hear or would want to hear, but would have put that aside and would have went deep down in himself to fight and would have seen himself through a test match with good contributions, which did help the West Indies to win a test series, and that is young Azari Joseph. We want to tell him that he still has our support. I want to tell young Azari that he still has our support, and we certainly will continue to support him as best as we can. And I know that with the red ball cricket, that our West Indies team will certainly continue from where they left off and will certainly put the pieces together. I also want to congratulate Chairman of Selectors, although interim, Mr. Robert Haynes. You're in the hot seat. I too was looking for a call-up, but I didn't get one. And I'm sure Wayne Lewis and Sir Curtly Ambrose will want a call-up as well. But I think it's a thankless job at times, but somebody has to do it. And you need to put your head down, leave the noise out of it, focus on the numbers and what is in front of us. And remember that West Indies cricket, as it is now, is sitting on the shoulders of many great men before us who made very, very great sacrifice to make sure that today we could be here celebrating in this forum. I want to encourage the players, our women team, Captain Stephanie Taylor, Coach Gus Logie, Coach Springer, Manager Madam Brown, that we want to continue to move forward as a unit. The results has not been as we'd like it to be in the last maybe 10, 15 months, but I'm sure that the support coming from the Department of Cricket through Director of Cricket Jimmy Adams and, of course, CEO Johnny Grave, that you'll certainly find the courage, the strength to move yourselves forward. As a Players Association, we pride ourselves on providing for our members. We, at no time at all, will tell anyone that we are perfect, but certainly we want to make sure that whatever we do impacts our members directly. And cricketers as a whole, we have an open door policy. All cricketers are welcome. We treat cricketers as cricketers, and we want to make sure that whatever we do towards the players off the field will certainly impact them on the field, and in the end, impact West Indies cricket positively so that we can move what we believe is a very big feat in Caribbean civilization. For the awardees and nominees, I want to say congratulations to date, and I want to encourage you to make sure that not only do you receive this award tonight, but you continue to prepare yourselves and to grab the opportunities that will afford themselves as we go forward. Have a good night, everyone. Enjoy the evening's proceedings, and when it's time for us to depart, do so safely. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, President Hines. Now it's the moment that we've all been waiting for, the announcement of the winners for this year's awards. This year's nominees were selected by a group of gentlemen comprising former West Indies players and selectors. Statistics from April 2018 to March 2019 in the various formats were used, and the most outstanding players were chosen as the winners. Our first award of the night goes to the West Indies Under-19 Team of the Year. Under-19 age group cricket is a pivotal stage of a young cricketer's life. They are able to hone their skills, and many go on to blossom into fully professional cricketers. The nominees for this category are Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Jamaica, and Barbados. The West Indies Rising Stars Under-19 Team of the Year Award will be presented by Vice President of CWI, Dr. Kishore Shaloo. And the winner is Trinidad and Tobago. We would like to invite Mr. Azim Bassarat, who is the president of TTCB, to accept this award. Thank you very much, Mr. Bassarat. Thank you very much, Dr. Shalou. We move now from awarding the team to awarding the player. Our next award goes to the West Indies Rising Stars Under-19 Player of the Year. There are always a few individuals who stand out amongst the rest. This award is given to an individual who has demonstrated that he is on track towards achieving the ultimate goal of playing international cricket. These players are the next generation. The nominees are Joshua Bishop, Kimani Melius, Kamari Boyce, Cricket West Indies Director, Commercial, Marketing and Communications, Mr. Dominic Warner, will now present the award. The West Indies Under-19 Player of the Year is Joshua Bishop. We would like to invite Shakira Selman to collect this award on behalf of her countrymen. Thank you very much, Shakira. Thank you very much, Mr. Warren. Next for the evening is a special award to a youngster who is a participant in the Atlantic WIPA in the Community program. The WIPA in the Community program is presently in its 11th year of existence. This award is given to a young person who has excelled in the program. We present this year's award to a young man who has been part of this program since its inception in 2008. He has demonstrated an excellent combination of academic intelligence, athletic abilities, and cricketing skill. Because of that, he was selected by the WIPA in the Community coaches as the recipient of the Atlantic WIPA in the Community Player of the Year. Please welcome WIPA Vice President and former West Indies fast bowler Nixon McLean to the stage to present the Atlantic WIPA in the Community Player of the Year award. And that award goes to the young man who is present with us tonight, Antonio Ganpath. I had a chance to chat with this young man today. Very impressive, excellent student. And burgeoning cricketing skill. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you very much. Our next award goes to the first class team of the year. The nominees are Guyana, Combined Campuses and Colleges, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, the First Class Team of the Year award will be presented by the CWI CEO, Mr. Johnny Grave. And the winner is Guyana. Mr. Esau Crandon, a former Ghanese player, will collect this award on behalf of the team. And a very successful period for the Ghana Jaguars, who have won the championship for 5 consecutive years. Thank you very much, Johnny. Thank you very much, Esau. Our next award goes to the Colonial Medical Insurance Super 50 Cup Player of the Year. Before the nominations, we are delighted to welcome Colonial Group International into the West Indies cricket family as they begin their partnership with us on the Super 50 Cup and also the international ODIs for both the West Indies men and women. The nominees for this award are Raymond Reefer, Jonathan Carter, Amir Django, and Yannick Otley. The Colonial Medical Insurance Super 50 Cup Player of the Year Award is being presented by CEO of CGI, Ms. Naz Farrow. And the winner is Yannick Otley for his 17 wickets with the best bowling figures of 4 for 11 and 306 runs over 9 matches at an average of 38.
Very good take as well by Django.
We would like to invite Jason Mohammed to collect on behalf of his countrymen. Instead, we have the West Indies coach, Floyd Reefer. Floyd was as quick between the wickets and as quick in his scoring. Thank you, Floyd. Thank you, Ms. Farrow. Our next award goes to the West Indies Championship Player of the Year. The nominees are Devon Smith, Imran Khan, Rakeem Cornwall, Anthony Bramble. To present the West Indies Championship Player of the Year Award, I would like to invite former West Indies wicketkeeper, batsman, and WIPA treasurer, Mr. Ridley Jacobs. And I'm filled with trepidation because the person collecting it must wait until he is called. And the winner is Rakeem Cornwall. A young man who has earned his call-up to the West Indies senior team, 54 wickets in the last regional season with the best figures of 6 for 57. Big congratulations, a very popular figure, Rakeem Cornwall. Our next award goes to the Caribbean T20 Player of the Year. The nominees are Shimron Hetmeyer, Andre Russell, Rovman Powell, and O'Shane Thomas. The Caribbean T20 Player of the Year Award is being presented by CWI Director of Cricket and former West Indies captain, Jimmy Adams. And the winner for an unbeaten 121 of 49 balls and a hat-trick in the same match is Andre Russell.
Batting out of position, batting down the order. Was slow to start with, but then was the first wicket of Andre Russell. This was the second, the very next delivery. And then Dinesh Ramdan came in, tried to find the boundary off the third delivery in a row.
Rothman Powell, quick off the mark again, collects the award from Jimmy. CWI and WIPA recognize the importance of umpires in the game. The winner of this category was selected based on points, appointments, level of cricket, neutrality of appointments, and the number of matches officiated. The nominees for the first ever West Indies Umpire of the Year award are Joel Wilson, Gregory Brathwaite, Nigel Duguid, and Leslie Reefer. The West Indies Umpire of the Year award is being presented by TTCB President Azim Bassarat. He is also chairman of the Umpires Association. And we will hold, and I will call the person who is to receive the award. The winner of this award is Joel Wilson, and we would like to invite Darren Bravo, his countryman, to collect the award on his behalf. Joel obviously has moved up to the elite panel and was recently involved in the first and second test matches of the Ashes. Thank you very much, Mr. Bassarat. Thank you very much, Darren. Our next award goes to the West Indies Emerging Player of the Year. This award is given to the player who has made the best transition from the regional to the international level. Previous winners include Shimron Hetmeyer, Kimo Paul, and Roston Chase. The nominees for this award are O'Shane Thomas, John Campbell, the West Indies Emerging Player of the Year award is being presented by CWI board member Mr. Billy Haven. And it seems that Mr. Haven is not present. Can I ask the president of Cricket West Indies, Mr. Skerritt, to present this award? And the winner is a young man who picked up his first ODI wicket in his first over bowling on the subcontinent last year. That award goes to O'Shane Thomas. We would like to invite Andrew Richardson, who is a very close mentor of O'Shane, to collect the award on his countryman's behalf. Thank you very much, Mr. Skerritt. The next award is a fairly unusual one. A groundsman is more than someone mowing grass and wetting a pitch. He's a gardener, a scientist, a meteorologist, and most importantly, a fan of the lovely game of cricket. A groundsman has to be able to balance the amount of sunlight and moisture levels for the pitch. He must be able to preempt weather changes and correct aeration of the soil. To put it simply, without him, there would be no cricket. Our groundsmen across the region work tirelessly in dry, arid conditions for 6 months and in wet, humid conditions for the next 6. CWI and WIPA recognize the importance of this field and have decided to introduce the West Indies Groundsman of the Year Award for the 7th annual award ceremony. I would like to invite WIPA Secretary Mr. Wayne Lewis to present this award. The first recipient of this award will be given to a gentleman who is responsible for the pitch at Sabina Park in Kingston, Jamaica, and has been doing so for more than half a century. For his efforts and contributions to the sport, the Jamaican government bestowed upon him the honor of Order of Distinction. Please welcome to the stage the winner of the West Indies Groundsman of the Year Award, Mr. Charles Joseph O.D. Charlie, as he's affectionately known, has seen generations of players come and go and get hundreds and wickets up at Sabina Park. A long overdue celebration of Charlie. Our next award goes to the Colonial Medical Insurance West Indies ODI Player of the Year. The nominees are Jason Holder, Shea Hope, Shimron Hetmeyer, and O'Shane Thomas. The Colonial Medical Insurance West Indies ODI Player of the Year Award is being presented by His Excellency Sir Rodney Williams, Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda. And the winner is Shea Hope. Shea, of course, was named in Cricinfo's 2018 ODI 11 for an average of 67 and also won this award at the 2018 ceremony. I would now like to invite Shea, a man of great discipline, to come and collect his award. Thank you very much, His Excellency. Thank you very much, Shea. Our next award goes to the Colonial Medical Insurance West Indies Women's ODI Player of the Year. The nominees are Deandra Dottin, Haley Matthews, Stefani Taylor, Shakira Selman. The Colonial Medical Insurance West Indies Women's ODI Player of the Year Award is being presented by CGI VP Brokerage and Broker Relationships Caribbean, Mr. Marlon Graham. Thank you very much, Marlon, for being here, and congratulations on your partnership with West Indies Cricket. And the winner is Deandra Dottin, whose many notable performances this year include 96 and bowling figures of 3 for 14 against Pakistan. She is also the present leading six-hitter in women's ODIs. Let me now invite Deandra, who is present with us tonight, to collect her award. We've seen Deandra ride the emotions on the cricket field, successes and otherwise. A fantastic contributor to the world game. Thank you, Deandra. Thank you, Marlon. Our next award goes to the West Indies Test Match Player of the Year. The nominees for this award are Jason Holder, Shane Dorwich, Shannon Gabriel, and Roston Chase. The West Indies Test Match Player of the Year Award is being presented by CWI President, once again, Mr. Ricky Skerritt. The winner of this award is the young man to become the first #1 all-rounder in Test matches since Sir Gary Sobers, Jason Holder, the captain of the West Indies team. It's just great to admire Jason's skill on the video before we ask Jason to now come and collect his award. Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I love the discipline that is starting to flow. The next award is for the shortest format of the game, the West Indies T20 Player of the Year. The nominees are Fabian Allen, Nicholas Puran, Kemo Paul, and Andre Russell. Highly talented group. I'd now like to ask WIPA Assistant Secretary, Mr. Liam Sebastian, to present the West Indies T20 Player of the Year Award. The young man who will collect this award tonight was the 2018 West Indies Emerging Player of the Year winner. The award goes to Kemo Paul. Kimo, of course, achieved his first 5-wicket haul in T20 internationals in Bangladesh late last year. And everyone who has seen him speaks highly of this talented young man. I'd now like to invite Kimo to collect his award. Of course, so impressive was he that he was picked up by the Delhi Capitals in the IPL this past season. And he will go on to represent his country with distinction. Thank you very much, Kimo. Thank you very much, Liam. This brings us to our next award, the West Indies Women's T20 Player of the Year. The nominees are, once again, Deandra Doughton, Natasha McLean, Hayley Matthews, and Afi Fletcher. I now invite WIPA President and CEO, Mr. Wavell Hines, to make the presentation of this award. The winner of this award achieved the figures of 5 for 5 in 3.4 overs, which helped the West Indies women defend 106 in last year's ICC Women's T20 World Cup. The award goes to Deandra Doughton. I'd now like to ask Deandra once again to make her way to the podium to collect her award. And we all hope that Deandra will be 100% healthy pretty soon. Thank you very much, Wavell. The next award honors the hard work of our players in their various communities and the causes which are dear to their hearts. The fourth recipient of the CWI WIPA Outstanding Foundation Award is being awarded to the Courtney Walsh Foundation. The Courtney Walsh Foundation was launched in November 2009. And in his own words, Courtney describes the foundation's aim to inspire and to empower positive change in Jamaica's disadvantaged young people in order to improve their prospects in education, training, and employment. The foundation over the last decade has helped numerous youths across Jamaica improve their environment and, by extension, their lives. I now invite CWI Director of Cricket, Jimmy Adams, to present the award. And I'd like to ask Rovman Powell to collect this award. And congratulations to Courtney and his foundation, and we do hope that he continues his efforts for many years to come. Courtney, like Jimmy, of course, has had a great impact on many young Jamaican cricketers and West Indians by extension. I'm very intrigued by this segment because with the two test teams in contention very shortly, I want to invite the respective captains, Jason Holder and India's test captain, Virat Kohli, to come forward, and we get an opportunity to hear their views. Jason. Jason, and particularly Virat, thank you very much for sparing of your important and valuable time tonight. I want to get straight into it, and of course, visitors first. Jason, that's how we operate in the Caribbean. Having won so many of your recent test series, what are the key things that you are looking to bring into this battle here in the Caribbean?
By the opportunity that's on display for both the teams. So for us, it's about continuing the same work that we've done and making sure that we are consistent enough in Test cricket like we have been over the past couple of seasons. And but the most exciting thing is that the Test Championship puts things in a different light, and the games are going to be much more competitive, and it brings a lot of purpose to all the Test matches that you play. So I think it's the right move and at the absolute right time, according to me.
I'll ask you to pass the mic to Jason. And I can shout, and I would ask you, Jason, with this new whole construct of the World Test Championships, given West Indies' recent history and what they did earlier this year, how much are you looking forward to this?
Hi, good evening to all. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to the challenge. You know, it's obviously a new dynamic towards Test cricket, and it's brought a lot of talk in. I think one of the things that a lot of people have spoken about also is just having names and numbers on the back of your jerseys, and it obviously brings a new, dynamic and colourful notion towards Test cricket. Following on from our first series this year against England, I think the entire team is upbeat for the challenge. You know, we've obviously had some pretty good success over the last 3 years, and I think the team is heading in the right direction. So yeah, everybody's really looking forward to the challenge, and to play against India with such outstanding cricketers. Everybody's really looking forward to it, and we just want to get started on Thursday.
I'll just borrow this because not everyone can hear me at the back of the room. Now, Virat mentioned his conversation a little while ago with Sir Andy Roberts. We've seen a resurgence in fast bowling in the Caribbean over the last couple of seasons. How integral has that been and is going to be?
Without giving up too much of our team information, I think over the last 2-3 years, and I think our fast bowlers have really led us. They've done everything I can ask of them, particularly Kemar Roach, Shannon Gabriel, who've probably led our bowling attack for the last 2-3 years. And it's just a matter for them, to stay hungry. They stayed fit, and I think they've really set a really good example for the other fast bowlers to follow. We've had young Alzari Joseph playing in the last series, and unfortunately he got injured. But even him came into his own, and really showed some promising signs as a very, very young fast bowler. And I had an interesting conversation with a few other teammates before, and they were just speaking of how impressive he was, and the maturity he showed in that series. And I think it's all due to the fact of people like Kemar and Shannon, really leading the way for them and showing them and, nurturing them in their journey in Test cricket. So I think, once we continue to build as a side, players get more confidence and obviously, the experience of playing Test cricket, then we should probably, keep rising and going up the rankings.
Right. The last thing I want to do is actually to be in the shot, but I have to get the mic, Virat. And I want to bring a different context of a question. Just looking anecdotal evidence in Test match cricket, bowlers, fast bowlers around the world seem to have come into their own a bit more. The ratio of wickets per ball has increased significantly. Is batsmanship, and you are the right person to ask, a world leader in this, is batsmanship at the levels that you would like to see it, or is it being challenged?
Well, if I have to be brutally honest, I don't think us batsmen have lived up to the standard. We have traveled a lot over the past year and a half, and it's been challenging. We lost in England, but we won in Australia because the batsmen pulled up. So as much as individuals stand out, I think it's about batting well as a team, and every team wants to put up a strong total on the board for the bowlers to come in and capitalize. And as you rightly said, the bowlers have really come into their own. And as Jason mentioned, I mean, their bowling attack is as lethal as anyone's, in home conditions. So we know we're up against a big challenge here in red ball cricket, and it's always going to be hard work, especially in Test cricket when a bowling group knows what they're doing, and that happens to be the case with all teams around the world. People have been talking about Test cricket not being relevant or dying down. For me, the competition has gone up at least two-folds over the last couple of years, and it's really up to the players, to take the challenge up and go for victories. And that's obviously going to be the essence of this Test Championship as well. There'll hardly be any boring draws. There'll be exciting draws because everyone's going to want those extra points. So, yeah, I think batsmanship is always going to be hard at the Test level, but even harder now with the Test Championship, where every decision that you make counts in the larger scheme of things.
Excellent answers. This wasn't on the script, but I have to throw it back at Virat before I come finally to Jason. During the Cricket World Cup, I had asked Virat a question about converting his half-centuries to hundreds, because very rarely does he go 4 half-centuries without converting one to 100. And the reason that I asked that was not so that you could throw your head back in surprise. It was that when I ask a question, sometimes I've tossed, there are so many young people watching via television. We have a young man in this room tonight, Antonio, who won that award. He's 17 years old. I was talking to him this morning, and his dad, who I don't know is here, I said, what's the problem with Antonio's batting? He said he gets to 50 and then he gets out. So I would like to hear from you, which is what I was trying to get at the toss in Edgbaston, how you approach, because your conversion rate is the best in the history of 100 makers in international cricket. What are the steps that you take?
Well, now that the question is clarified, I think I can go on and explain myself. Yeah, the fact that, look, for the biggest revelation for me over the past few years has been, if you're thinking team and you're wanting to do well for your team, you can push limits that you don't even know exist inside you, mentally and physically. So, it's all about bringing out that drive and that passion to just do it for the team. I mean, I've batted 6 hours extra in a Test match just thinking team, where I would have been easily satisfied, and then I went on to make a bigger score than I could ever imagine. And then you get the hang of it. So I think for me, it's always been about, in that present moment, thinking about team first more than anything else, because that's what, you play cricket for. That's what you come up the ranks for. So as long as you're thinking about your team all the time, personal performances take care of itself. And if you want to finish the game till the end or make sure that you score maximum runs for your team, invariably you're going to cross that milestone, which for the outside world looks like, a great achievement, but you're just in that moment, just being passionate and driven for your team every single ball that you compete in a game of cricket. So that would be my, I wouldn't say advice, but a suggestion to, converting scores into those 3-figure marks is not to think about it. Just follow what the team needs, and then eventually you'll surprise yourself, and you'll always outdo yourself, and then it's a wonderful feeling after that.
I have waited weeks for that answer, and I'm appreciative of it. Jason, let me just close things off with you. What can the West Indian public who are faithful to West Indies cricket throughout the decades, what can they expect from this West Indies team in this series against this highly ranked opponent?
Well, I think firstly, we just want to be consistent. We've had a really good start to the year, obviously, and I think this group has been closely knit for the last 2.5 years. There've been 1 or 2 players dropping out and 1 or 2 players coming in, but I think the nucleus of the squad has been the same, and I think that speaks well for the performance of the team. And I just think for us, we just got to take it stage by stage. I try not to get too far ahead and just nail in on the process. I always speak about the process in the group, and we've been doing a lot of talking as a group, and I'm just trying to put together our heads and find solutions to many problems which we face. I think that's the mantra for most teams per se. Just look for solutions, and look for solutions not only as individuals, but as a group. I think Virat, mentioned a really good point when he spoke about conversion. He thinks team, and that's definitely something we want to. We're trying to emulate into our group. Just have a little bit wider perspective of the team goals as opposed to your personal goals. Nail it on the process, execute.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, to Virat and to Jason for their valuable time. Thank you, Skipper. Thank you, Jace. We have a couple of special awards to be presented tonight. The West Indies Players Association Lifetime Achievement Award and the Cricket West Indies Lifetime Achievement Award. The first of these awards is the Cricket West Indies Lifetime Achievement Award. Keith Hamilton Llewellyn Marshall has had a long and noteworthy career as a banker and cricket administrator, and has also held many and varied leadership positions across a wide range of endeavors. Tony, as he is affectionately known to his contemporaries, like so many West Indians, cricket was his passion. He maintained a close relationship with the game and its personalities through his professional life, often attending international matches, and made a valuable contribution to its development in Barbados and the Caribbean, especially during the decade of the 1990s and the early part of this century, when he was heavily involved in its administration. He is a life member of the Barbados Cricket Association, which he had the good fortune to lead between 1996 and 1998, and again between 2005 and 2007, when he also held a seat on the board of directors of the then WICB. He also held the position of operations manager for the West Indies team during the 1996 International Home Series involving New Zealand, and a seat on the board of directors of the World Cup Barbados as part of the hosting arrangement for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2007 West Indies. Please join me in welcoming Cricket West Indies President Mr. Ricky Skerrett to the stage to present CWI's Lifetime Achievement Award. And for his long service to cricket in the West Indies, a former manager of Mines, we are proud to award Mr. Keith Tony Marshall tonight. Great to see many of the stalwarts in this room, men who have helped to build West Indies cricket. Thank you very much, Mr. Marshall. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The second of these special awards is WIPA's Lifetime Achievement Award, which will be given to Mr. Sudesh Daniram. Sudesh Daniram, a middle-order batsman who represented Guyana from 1986 to 1996 and amassed 4 centuries and 10 half-centuries with a top score of 131. I really remember Sudesh as a 20-year-old against a Joel Garner-led Barbados team, getting 102 in 1987 at the age of 20, and he followed days later with 131 against the Leeward Islands, a team that included Eldine Baptiste, Benjamin, and a host of other very talented cricketers. Danny, as he is more familiarly known, was agile and quick across the field. In his youth, he was selected to play for the West Indies under-23s and eventually on to a West Indies board 11. Danny later represented the United States and continues to play with much success and distinction in the New York and New Jersey cricket leagues. Please join me in welcoming President and CEO of WIPA, Mr. Wavell Hines, to present WIPA's Lifetime Achievement Award. And now I'd like to invite Sudesh himself to come up and to receive his award for the entertainment that he has provided at first-class level across his youth. Thank you very much, Wavell. Thank you very much, Sudesh. Great to see you once again. It is now time for the final two awards celebrating the best of women's and men's cricket. The first goes to the West Indies Women's Player of the Year. These ladies have exhibited all-round performances and represented the Maroon with great pride. In particular, the West Indies women's team captured Caribbean hearts with their brilliant fielding and smile-filled performances in the ICC Women's World T20 in 2018, hosted here in Antigua, St. Lucia, and Guyana. The team took fans with them all the way to the semi-finals before succumbing to the eventual winners, Australia. We will not forget the full stadia, the noise, and the support the West Indian public showed to these women. The nominees for this award are the ever-present Deandra Dottin, well led by their captain Stefani Taylor, the impressive and young Hayley Matthews, and of course, the seam bowling of Shakira Selman. The West Indies Women's Player of the Year, sponsored by Sandals, is being presented by Sandals Group Regional Public Relations Manager, Mr. Sunil Ramdeen. Thank you for being here, Sunil. And it is yet another hat-trick for Deandra Dottin, who in February 2019 was ranked #1 in the ICC T20 all-round standings. Deandra's power with bat and effectiveness with ball has been brilliant to watch over the last 10 years or so. I would now like to invite Deandra once again to collect her award and a special prize from our sponsors, Sandals. Congratulations to Deandra once again, and we wish the West Indies women's team every success in their forthcoming ODI and T20 series against Australia, which starts here in Antigua on the 3rd of August before moving to Barbados for 3 T20Is. A little bit later than that. As all West Indies fans can tell you, this past year, we have experienced the full gambit of emotions. From heart-wrenching defeats to immense pride, such as the moment the West Indies reclaimed the Wisden Trophy. In the face of it all, these 4 gentlemen nominated for the West Indies Cricketer of the Year, sponsored by Sandals, showed courage, commitment, and belief. Tonight, we honor those gentlemen who shone the brightest. The nominees are Jason Holder, Shea Hope, Kimo Paul, and Roston Chase. The West Indies Player of the Year, sponsored by Sandals, is being presented by Sandals Director of Industrial Relations, Mr. David Roper. The winner of this award is the only West Indian to be named in the ICC Men's Test Team of the Year for 2018, and in January 2019 scored his first double century in front of his home fans in Barbados. Only the third player in the history of Test match cricket to score double hundred, batting at number 8. He led his team well to recapture the Wisden Trophy. Jason Holder. Just giving you a brief moment, Jason, to admire your own montage. And now, Jason, can you please come forward and collect your award? It's all now a mouth-watering prospect with Jason and so many performers from the men's, women's team for the upcoming matches here in the Caribbean. And as we move on, I would like to welcome and invite the CWI CEO, Mr. Johnny Grave, to give the vote of thanks on behalf of CWI and WIPA.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All due protocols observed. My role this evening is to say a few heartfelt thanks to those people involved this evening on behalf of Cricket West Indies and the West Indies Players Association. Before I do so, may I please just add my congratulations to all the award winners here this evening. And then firstly, I'd like to thank the Governor-General, Minister Nicholas, Minister Matthew, the Deputy Commissioner of the Royal Antigua and Barbuda Police Force, and the High Commissioner of India for joining us here this evening. Thank you also to the Indian team and management, as well as all 3 West Indies teams and their support staff. It's brilliant to see so many players here this evening. Must also thank all the former players that are here tonight, and a special thank you to those that have volunteered to play in the special fundraising T20 game that's taking place tomorrow at Coolidge Cricket Ground for the West Indies Retired Players Fund. To David Roper and the team here at Sandals Grand in Antigua, thank you for hosting this evening, for your fantastic hospitality and the food and drink to come. Thank you for the support you give us throughout the year. To our new sponsors at Colonial Medical Insurance, thank you for coming all the way from Bermuda to join us here this evening and for supporting this event. We look forward to building a long and mutually beneficial partnership over the next few years. To our MC and host this evening, Ian Bishop. Bish, thank you very much indeed for donating your time this evening, for professionally navigating us through all the winners, and we really appreciate your help and support of tonight's event. To the staff at CWI and also at WIPA, who have worked tirelessly over the last few weeks, and to all the technicians who have put the award ceremony on and ensure that it's streamed and recorded live for our fans around the world. Thank you for all your efforts. To all the other guests, thank you for attending and for your support of West Indies cricket. We hope you have an enjoyable evening, and I know that we're all looking forward to 5 days of compelling Test cricket at the Sir Viv Richards Stadium starting on Thursday later this week. Good luck to the women's team as they prepare for their battle against Australia, and to both teams who are taking the field on Thursday. And I now invite you all to enjoy some hospitality courtesy of Sandals, and wish you all a pleasant evening and a safe journey home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grave. And thank you very much to Sir Andy for pointing out the 3rd of August once again. I'd like to wish all the winners tonight heartfelt congratulations. You continue to do us proud. And this is not the end of the journey, we are sure. It is just another step on the road to excellence and success. Thank you for joining us here at Sandals Grand in Antigua as part of the 7th annual CWI WIPA Players Awards. And a big thank you to Sandals for sponsoring tonight's awards as part of their commitment to cricket in the West Indies. Have a good night, everyone. We now invite you to have dinner. Thank you.